The other question is when to use the clean and when to use the snatch.
Good question.
How should you prioritize?
Keep in mind that using parts of the clean and parts of snatch don't always mean you're going to do the full catch. You might just do the jumping component, you might just do the first pull, you might do the deadlift plus a pulling movement. So let's just be clear that it's not always about whether you're catching the bar. Yes? But having said that, I will teach you, generally speaking, there's a few general influences that I use when deciding when to use one or the other. One of them is the level of, or the ratio of hip to quad dominant that I want to bring into the program. If I want to increase the hip dominant component, I will use a wider grip. I will use a snatch variation. If I'm happy with the quad dominant involvement, I stay with the clean variation. So I would probably lean towards doing a more wide grip off the ground work and more medium, like clean. I do more snatch grip off the ground, just like wide grip deadlift and pulls, being slowed above the knees and driving the toes with just in shrug. And I would probably do more cleans for the catch because for many of them it's easier to catch the clean. So I'm a big fan of a wide grip off the ground for the purpose of increasing the hip involvement. Do you understand why hip involvement is increased?
You've got to stick out your butt more.
No.
There's a wide grip.
Not just stick out your butt more. What is it? I'll go back. When I developed the line of movement concept, which is something that very few people understand because it was plagiarized and bastardized, and basically, I probably should stop there for my word selection, but anyway, when it was destroyed by certain American plagiarists, it lost its message. And if you went back to my original teaching, I said, after much deliberation, I created the division between quad and hip dominant on the basis of trunk angle. Now, they don't know that because they just copy us. They barely even coach people. They don't even know how to coach, let alone come up with an original idea. So there's no chance they're going to teach that. So if you understand my definition of what defines a quad dominant, what defines a hip dominant movement, what is the definition? Trunk angle. And what's the magic number? It's just a rough 45 degrees. So the more over I am, the more I will engage my posterior chain muscles, my hip muscles, my gluteals, my hamstrings. The more vertical I am, the more I'll engage my quadriceps, being the hip flexor and the knee extensors. So that's the decision you make as a coach. Do I want more hip involvement? Do I want more quad involvement? Over and above, then the second variable would be specificity of body position. You know, is there a reason why I would want to be in a different position? But the subtleties are perhaps not as great there. The third consideration is how do I want the loading to affect their shape? For example, if I want to increase the loading of their scapular retraction, I go wide grip. I believe that the wide grip, the snatch variations, place more demand on scapular retraction from a finer point of view, not from a load point of view. Because you can lift more in the clean, you get a more absolute loading on that. But as far as a angle, 90-degree angle, compared to a clean grip, you're getting a more direct line of pull on the retractors. So you get for example, someone like Edwin, there'd be significant justification for him to do some wide grip work when he's ready to help him strengthen up that scapulars and the upper back. So there's three considerations. Hip dominant versus quad dominant requirements at any point in time, joint angle specificity for sport, and recruitment of the relative loading on the upper back from a snatch versus a clean variations.